Om. Om. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परमात्मने नमः अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः कर्मयोगः So I think yesterday Dr. Mara had read Shloka 11th. Please correct me if Malati ji or anybody can. If it was Shloka 11, I will just try to repeat. Devan bhavayatanena te vaha parasparam bhavayanta shreyah paramavapsyatha. Propitiate the deities with this yajna. May those deities propitiate you. Propitiating one another, you shall gain the highest good, moksha. So I will quickly browse through. I think Dr. Mara had read verse 11 yesterday. Previously, the Lord had said, with this yajna, may you all grow. In this verse, Krishna told Arjuna how by performing the daily rituals enjoined by the Veda, the various deities or aspects of the Lord are propitiated. The sun is a blessing, no doubt, but if you look at it as just a ball of fire, it is not a deity, a devata. It is purely an inert blessing. However, if you look at the sun as a devata, you are recognizing that it is non-separate from Ishvara. Similarly, with the other deities, water called Varuna, air called Vayu, fire, Agni, and earth called Prithvi. Space, Akasha, is also a devata, as is time, Kala. Thus, there are any number of devatas whose blessings you partake of every day. There is an ecology at the level of your understanding with reference to free will, which is where the order that is Ishvara is to be appreciated. Daily yajnas imply your oblations, propitiation to all these devatas who are Ishvara in the form of various forces. May you propitiate them and thus propitiated, may they bless you. You perform your daily duties and prayers and let the cosmic forces bless you. Let them bless you and you propitiate them. May you not disturb the cosmic ecology by not doing what is to be done. A recognition, a sensitivity is involved here. By recognizing the cosmic forces, you do not take things for granted. This is why children in India are told that they must get up before the sun rises. A child might think, so what if the sun rises? Let it rise. Why should I get up? But they are told that they must rise in time to welcome the sun. The sun is a blessing, and when a blessing comes, you should not be sleeping. You should be wide awake for its coming. A man had been meditating for 20 years. The Lord was pleased with his meditation and appeared before him. Unfortunately, the man was asleep at the time. This happens in meditation sometimes. And so the Lord came and went. The person had to meditate another 20 years before the Lord came again. But here, in the form of the sun, the Lord comes every day. Therefore, you should not be under the sheets when He comes. You should get up to receive the blessing that is the Lord. This kind of appreciation is what ecology is all about. There is no ecology other than your own understanding. You have to understand, otherwise, there is no ecology. Ecology is only for the person who understands. Yesterday, Dr. Mara had beautifully said all the names of Lord Sun. Adityaya Namaha, Ravaye Namaha, Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Yajna requires sensitivity. There are those who say that if you have seen one redwood tree, you have seen them all. Ronald Reagan said this when he was governor of California. Because timber companies were destroying all the redwood trees, he was asked to put an end to the destruction. Reagan's response was that they would keep just a few trees so that people could see them. He did not see why anyone would want to preserve these 100-year-old trees. This represents a particular level of understanding. And at this level, there is no ecology, only economy. And in the long run, there is no economy either. Therefore, ecology is an appreciation that is in your head. In other words, in the eyes of the beholder. It is not beyond the eyes. It does not exist outside. If you do not see it, it is not there. This then is ecology. Appreciation of Ishvara is also ecology, but at the deeper level. Ishvara is appreciated as the cosmic forces and is thereby propitiated. One of the forms of propitiation is daily prayer. Therefore, may you appreciate Ishvara in your prayers as the forces, the deities, and let them bless you. May you all grow by doing what is to be done. There is a mutual respect here. The deities bless you and you propitiate them. You offer them your oblations and they offer you their oblations in the form of rain, energy, health, and so on. In this way, may you gain moksha, param shreyaha, characterized by knowledge. In due course, step by step, not directly, not immediately, but by antahkarana shuddhi, by preparing the mind, purifying it for the knowledge. If you die while pursuing knowledge without having gained it, it is said that at the very least you will gain heavenly enjoyments, swarga. Therefore, there is no loss. Swarga also stands for better births, meaning that in your next birth you will go further along towards moksha. This interpretation is more relevant since the Gita is Moksha Shastra, not Swarga Shastra. So, how offering oblation to every element in the universe, whether it is sun, air, water, Agni, earth, with gratitude, our life becomes prayerful. So, we have, while offering that, we are purifying our mind, we are preparing our mind by Antakarana Shuddhi, so that we are prepared for that knowledge. So, the importance of our Nitya Nainitika karmas, offering water or Agni Karya. You want me to repeat anything? I think Dr. Mara had completed till here. If I'm not mistaken, please let me know. I will go to the next shloka number 12. Then Krishna said, if anyone would like to share, please share. Okay. Then Krishna said, Ishtan bhogan hi vo deva dasyante yajna bhavitaha तैर्दत्तान् प्रदायैभ्यो यो भुङ्क्तेस्तेन एव सः देवाः
Ishtan,
gods.
one second.
Yeah.
Ishtan bhogan hi vo deva dasyante yajna bhavitaha tairdаттana pradayabhyo yo bhunkte stena eva saha.
Okay, I will. Yeah, I made a mistake. Sorry. इष्टान् भोगान् हि वो देवा दास्यन्ते यज्ञभाविताः तैर्दत्तानप्रदायैभ्यो यो भुङ्क्तेस्तेन एव सः देवाः gods yajna propitiated by yajna ishtan bhogan desirable objects vah to you dasyante will give he therefore taihi dattan given by them ebhyah to them apradaya without offering yah the one bhungte enjoys saha that person stenah thief eva Indeed, I think this shloka also Dr. Mara had read yesterday. No problem. I'll quickly browse through. Devaha yajna bhavitaha ishtan bhogan vah dasyante hi taihi dattan ebhyah apradaya yah bhumte sah stena eva. The gods propitiated by yajna will give you desirable objects. Therefore, one who enjoys objects given by them without offering to them in return is indeed a thief. The gods here mean Ishvara in the form of deities who are propitiated by your yajnas, your prayers and rituals. They spread before you all desirable enjoyments. Whatever is desirable, they give to you. Thus, for those whose predominant commitment is to yajna, there will be conducive situations for growth. In order for a person to be able to live a life of dharma, you require a society where dharma is predominant. It is not that you cannot do it otherwise, but it is difficult. Take life in modern day India, for example. Even to buy a railway ticket, the agent must be bribed. There is simply no other way to purchase a ticket because of the melting pot environment created by too rapid an industrialization following independence. The society is undergoing some rather drastic changes, and people's desires have become manifold. The changes have come from the top, and there is no foundation, leaving the society top heavy without the roots that proper growth requires. Growth should be like that of a tree. First, the roots are established, and then the tree grows from there.
So beautiful, this comparison. Top heavy.
Yeah,
Even now it's happening. That's what it's happening now.
very true. Very beautiful and this example that when you are grounded, then there is growth. The changes have come from the top and there is no foundation, leaving the society top heavy without the roots that proper growth requires. This is such a mind blowing sentence.
Yes, it's so beautiful. Yeah, really, I'm
Yeah,
dwelling on that sentence. I'm not able to go further.
yeah, very true. How important it is to nourish the roots. Our Sanatan Dharma is well rooted, fortunately, with the efforts of few handful people. And that's why we are still existing, surviving.
Very
As
much. Yeah, otherwise, like top heavy would be copying all Western countries where we
Hmm. Yes, those small acts when we pray to Sun God, offering water, as a kid, when your children have seen you, the rituals like offering water to Ma Tulsi, we are preserving that tradition. praying daily, doing your sadhana daily.
Yeah, true. Every home has tulsi, this thing, you know. Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
Very nice.
Celebrating the festivals and the importance of celebrating, because today's children, they have why for everything. Why?
Very, very correct. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think in this respect, China had mentioned how strong Indian economics is. Because if you have a festival, there are so many things involved in preparing and celebrating the festival, including flowers, including sweets and decorations, and so many entrepreneurs or people who are um, like the flower shop person. He gets his money. He's able to sustain. So there are so many ripple effects of celebrating a festival that percolate down to the grassroots level, and therefore Indian economics is strong. So it
Hmm.
is it is this the the whole psyche of. And then Hindu festivals are like how many replete. Every month you have something or the other.
Hmm.
Unlike other where you have maybe twice or three times a year, but it is throughout. So therefore the Indian system is so robust. It does not shake so easily. But that apart, the sensitivity is is about recognizing Ishvara. It's like bringing in that aspect of bhakti in everything, including water.
Hmm.
When we're talking of water, Apa is also um, a cosmic force, one of the Panchamahabhutas, in the gross form. So here, water conservation, when we're using water, being aware, oh, this is something sacred. I should not be wasting it. Same thing with air. I should not be polluting it. So that whole thing about ecology is about understanding that Ishvara permeates in and through creation, and
Hmm.
that we are interdependent on one another.
Hmm.
The flower shop person is dependent on people going to him and buying them. If everybody says, oh, why are we plucking flowers? Why should we, decorate our house with flowers? And everybody does that, then you are cutting off his income, his revenue, which is
Hmm.
what Buddha did. He said, no need to do anything, you just meditate. He converted the whole country into a group of meditators. So who's going to protect the border? Who's going to do the different chores that a carpenter does, a cobbler does, if everyone is meditating? That is why Shankara came and revived the whole thing. And what Krishna has said, you follow what you have to do, your swakarma,
Hmm.
while
Swadharma. Hmm.
following knowledge. Yeah. You don't drop that. He didn't tell Arjuna, yes, knowledge is supreme, therefore you leave your bow and arrow and go to the forest. Stand up and fight. If you don't, who will do it? So it's a big shift in the way our religion, the Sanatana Dharma has is so grounded. That is the roots of this thing that we're talking about. When your roots are strong, then the tree, that is when growth happens. If the roots are not there and it's just hanging there in midair, it doesn't have a base. So
Hmm.
everything boils down to understanding.
Very beautiful. In previous chapter, I think Swamiji had said Ishvara is order, right? The natural order. And I have seen, I have experienced also with so many Sadgurus, they have told that when they do not interfere when they have some, like there is a Gurudev also had said, when there is some program in the during the midst of the monsoon, the program goes on without disturbing the audience, whether it is rain or sunlight or so the natural forces also obey, respect those who obey them. Though it is very mysterious at times, but I have heard so many talking about this.
In fact, in the um, not the Silver Jubilee, when we celebrated the World Culture Festival in Delhi, we had all the
Hmm.
Panchamahabhutas come. Day one, it was raining torrentially. And then there was so much of sunlight and wind. And in fact, it was as if all the cosmic forces were there celebrating as well.
Hmm. So we have to remember that the changes have come from the top and there is no foundation, leaving the society top heavy without the roots that proper growth requires. Growth should be like that of a tree. First, the roots are established and then the tree grows from there. Thus, a person who wants to live a life of dharma will have problems in some parts of the world because he or she does not want to bribe people. Only where there is some dharma in the society is it easy to live such a life. To propitiate the devatas means to follow dharma. By living a prayerful life, you create a conducive atmosphere. And when the majority of the people live this way, then the whole society will be conducive to the growth of dharma. Such profound paragraph. Conforming to the order. The devatas will do their jobs whether you propitiate them or not. But when you go against dharma, you disturb the order and you are the sufferer. Therefore, everyone must do his or her job. The devatas do their jobs and you do yours according to the order of dharma given in the Veda. Animals, trees, and other plants are programmed and therefore do not require the Veda. People, on the other hand, do need it because they have to conform to the order for which they need the understanding that the Veda provides. It is said that if you do not disturb the order, the Devas do not get disturbed. Thus, ecology of the universal order means that there is no disturbance at the level of cosmic forces, the level of devatas. When the sun, water, fire, air, and earth do their respective jobs, what do you get? A delicious Thanksgiving dinner on your plate. In this example, food stands for the various enjoyments, all of which come to your plate as blessings of the deities, cosmic forces, natural laws, and so on. For us, these are not simply nature, they are Ishvara. In this verse, a person who enjoys the results that are given by Ishvara without having offered anything is likened to a thief because you are continuously receiving from the cosmic forces, which are nothing but aspects of Ishvara. You should give them something in return. You can only do this by remembering Ishvara, by offering an oblation or a prayer. This is real thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is not something that happens once a year, it goes on all the time. Although the deities do not need anything from you, you need to respect them, and this respect is given in the form of a prayer. The prayer is a recognition of all these forces and makes you a sensitive person. You are not just seeing what the eyes see or hearing what the ears hear. You are going beyond them. This kind of a life is not an ordinary life, it is a profound life. Not giving back to the deities in the form of remembrance makes you a thief. A thief does not say thank you. He or she just takes what belongs to another and runs away. Therefore, a person who does not remember the Devatas is no different from a common thief. One who takes money from someone and does not return it is also a cheat. This thief, who is also a cheat, runs away and begins operating from another place so as not to be found out. Here, the Devatas do not seem to come looking for you. They are all in your appreciation. Otherwise, they simply do not exist for you. Still, they operate constantly. The very air you breathe is Ishvara. The work of the Devatas is always done and can be recognized by you. And if you do not recognize them, you are a cheat because you take from them and do not give them what is to be given in return. So, the whole cosmos is a beautiful dance we have to appreciate by offering the prayer to them. How important it is, isn't it? So, it is not just one day in a year, it is every moment, every breath. Brahmaraji had recalled that bhajan, no? हर सांस मेरी पूजा है तेरी. Recognition and thanksgiving are yajna. What you return to the Devatas is your recognition, which is what is called yajna. We perform the yajna as a return, as a thanksgiving. It is not for anything else. The yajna itself brings about an antakarana shuddhi, because of which the person can give thanks. By giving thanks, by recognizing everything as Ishvara, you will definitely gain antakarana shuddhi. A person who respects the cosmic forces is not an ordinary person. He or she no longer goes by raga dveshas, but goes beyond them. Otherwise, there would be no recognition or thanksgiving. On the other hand, a person who performs karma to satisfy his or her mind and senses alone does not offer oblation, not even a water or a simple twig. Such a person is a thief and a cheat. He or she does not give the cosmic forces their due. So all the natural universal forces, they are like Suhran Mitra. They do not expect anything in return. And God is so compassionate. Those life saving elements, they are all, they, most of them are free. Air, water. So it is our responsibility to appreciate this law and order, which is nothing but Ishvara. And it is our responsibility to keep that order intact. In the next verse, Krishna describes these two types of people. यज्ञशिष्टाशिनः सन्तो मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिल्बिषैः भुञ्जते ते त्वघं पापा ये पचन्त्यात्मकारणात् यज्ञशिष्टाशिनः सन्तः. Those who eat having first offered the food to the Lord. Sarva kilbishaihi, from all impurities. Muchyante, are released. Yetu, whereas those who atma karanat, for the sake of themselves, pachanti, cook, they, papah, sinners, aghama, papa, sin, bhunjate, eat. यज्ञशिष्टाशिनः सन्तः सर्वकिल्बिषैः मुच्यन्ते ये तु आत्मकारणात् पचन्ति ते पापाः अघम भुञ्जते. Those who eat having first offered the food to the Lord are released from impurities, whereas those sinful people who cook only for themselves eat papa, sin. Karma Yoga is presented as yajna in this verse. We have seen how all actions are yajnas, whether they are in the form of rituals, prayers, or performing one's duties to others, more of which we shall see in the next chapter. Since Ishvara, the Lord, is to be recognized in the form of the various cosmic forces or elements, these forces are viewed individually and are called Devatas or Devas, meaning deities. Thus, it is said, may you propitiate the Devas and let them bless you. This means that you let them do what they have to do and you do what you have to do. In this way, since there is nothing outside of Ishvara, the natural forces are not looked upon as mere inert forces. Everything is within Ishvara, the conscious being, Chetana Vastu, even when one is under the spell of dream. I repeat, thus it is said, I will repeat from the beginning. Since Ishvara, the Lord, is to be recognized in the form of the various cosmic forces or elements, these forces are viewed individually and are called Devatas or Devas, meaning deities. Thus it is said, may you propitiate the Devas and let them bless you. This means that you let them do what they have to do and you do what you have to do. In this way, since there is nothing outside of Ishvara, the natural forces are not looked upon as mere inert forces. Everything is within Ishvara, the conscious being, Chetana Vastu, even when one is under the spell of dream. In a dream, we see both living beings and inert objects. The mountain seen in a dream is inert, Jada. The sun and its rays are also Jada. Everything seen is Jada, in fact, and not Chetana. But the difference between the inert and the conscious, Jada Chetana Bheda, is only within the framework of what is perceived by you as the subject of the dream. If having perceived the dream objects, you shift your perception to the person who is dreaming, the creator of the dream, then you will see that there is no world outside of the dreamer. Such a beautiful sentence. I repeat these last paragraphs. In a dream, we see both living beings and inert objects. The mountain seen in a dream is inert, Jada. The sun and its rays are also Jada. Everything seen is Jada, in fact, and not Chetan. But the difference between the inert and the conscious, Jada Chetana Bheda, is only within the framework of what is perceived by you as the subject of the dream. If having perceived the dream objects, you shift your perception to the person who is dreaming, the creator of the dream, then you will see that there is no world outside of the dreamer. Such beautiful. If the dreamer is a conscious being, the dreamt world is non separate from the dreamer because he or she is both the maker, nimitta karana of the dream world and the material, upadana karana for it. Therefore, from the dreamer's standpoint, there is nothing inert or conscious. Everything is the dreamer alone. Such beautiful. Similarly, from the standpoint of Ishvara, the cosmic forces are recognized as being non separate from Ishvara because there is nothing outside of Ishvara. They are not simply taken to be Jada. Even though they look as though they are Jada, they are all Devatas from the standpoint of Ishvara. In this way, the sun becomes a Devata, as does the air, fire, water, and the earth. Acknowledging Ishvara in this way Recognizing his many aspects in the form of devatas, one performs various rituals and prayers, which are also actions. There are various actions that are to be done, including the daily rituals, nitya karma, and rituals performed on certain occasions, naimittika karma, stipulated in the Veda as part of its vision. Nitya karma and naimittika karma are to be performed without exception until one takes sannyasa, that is, until one renounces everything. So when we are doing our nitya naimittika karma, that is nothing but we are appreciating Ishvara.
But what is important is that we do this with this understanding rather than just do it mechanically.
Mechanical, correct.
And then we direct it towards, as for a karma yogi, we direct it towards purifying the antakarana and not for some material gain. So whether you're doing a ritual, whether you're doing a prayer or homa or any such thing, it is not for a limited gain. So then there's a shift also in, not only are you recognizing the order, you're also elevating the purpose of you doing this. And what Krishna says in 18th chapter is Yajna Dana Tapah Karma Na Tyajet. He gives various views of various people and says, this is my opinion. Yajna Dana Tapah Karma Na Tyajet. Why? Because they are Pavanani Manishinaha. They purify the person. But when will they amount to purifying is when your attitude, your inner attitude is one of understanding. Second is of shifting your, it's no longer a kamya karma for a limited end. The only end in mind is letting go of your ragadveshas.
Very beautiful. Acknowledging the cosmic forces as devatas. Whatever results you receive from the actions you perform are blessings given to you by the devatas who are doing their jobs. If you acknowledge these devatas and give them their due, you become a person who is not a thief or a cheat, as Krishna said in the previous verse. Here in the present verse, he contrasted the person who is not a thief with one who is. One cannot help but perform certain harmful karma as one lives only. One cannot help but perform certain harmful karma as one lives one's daily life. Life does live upon life. If freedom or free will were not there, nothing would be sinful, strictly speaking. There would be no wrongdoing, no papa karma. But because one has to eat and must fulfill certain minimum requirements, In order to survive, there is naturally going to be some kind of injury, himsa done. Some plants, animals, and bugs will be destroyed. In this way, many non human living beings are destroyed every day, and this destruction produces certain untoward results called papas, which keep on gathering every day. How are you going to eliminate these results? Knowingly or unknowingly, a lot of papas are incurred, and you gather results that are undesirable, which in turn result in some kind of unpleasantness, dukkha for you. To neutralize these results, then there are different types of yajnas. Yajnas to the deities, to one's ancestors, to one's fellow creatures, to the rishis who have given us this knowledge, and so on. These yajnas are to be performed daily and are contained in one ritual. The yajna shishtashinah in this verse refers to those who eat after having first offered the food to the Lord. In other words, those who partake having paid their dues. While people in India today may not perform all the enjoined yajnas very methodically, they always offer the food to the Lord and only then do they eat. The ritual itself is not what is important. It is the attitude, the bhavana that counts. Food is cooked and offered to the Lord. The attitude being that only what is left over, yagna shishta, is to be eaten, which is what is meant by prasad, prasada, prasada. It is a blessing from the Lord. Those who eat only prasada do not eat food. They eat only prasad. Having offered the food to the Lord with a prayer, such as the chant, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. The food itself becomes prasad. Thus, it is said that those who offer food to the Lord and then partake of what is left over are released. Muchyante from all the little papas, sarva kilbishas that have been gathered daily because of having performed some injury or the other in the interest of survival. Merely by grinding something, washing the floor, spraying detergent, or walking, we are continually killing something. This killing is often done deliberately for our own welfare. In fact, we could not live if we did not do it. The bugs that we kill want to live, but we also want to live. Coexistence not being possible, the bugs must be destroyed. This act of destruction involves some sin called adharma, which, as Krishna points out in this verse, can only be neutralized by daily prayer, not by anything else. So, consciously or unconsciously, we incur certain sins by maybe like while cleaning, we kill some bacteria, we kill some germs, or by washing, or by grinding something. So it is sometimes done deliberately, sometimes it may be unintentional. while walking. We don't know how many ants we must be killing while walking unconsciously. So, when you offer the food with a prayer to the Lord, and then when you partake as prasada, here you are not incurring that sin. And in India, we have that other rituals also, that we offer the food to birds, animals. We offer food to the sannyasis. We offer food to those who are hungry. Yeah, do anybody wants to share? So important it is. Before you eat, you offer it to the Lord and take it as prasada. When you offer it to the Lord and then take it as prasada, you are conscious that you will not waste the food. You will not overeat. So the whole life is a prayer. And while offering this as a prayer, we take everything as prasad. I will just complete this paragraph, I think. Just there is more. I will just read this paragraph. Freedom from the results of one's actions. Or the verse can be taken another way. Having become purified by the knowledge, you will be liberated from all punya and papa. No one releases oneself from punya and papa without having the knowledge. Thus, the statement Sarva kilbishaihi muchyante can be taken to mean from all karmas they get released. The word santaha can be taken together with the word yagnashishtasinaha, meaning being ones who are yagnashishtasinaha, or it can be taken as a separate word meaning the saintly people, satpurushaha, the wise. In that case, it is an adjective to the word yagnashishtasinaha. They become wise because of a life of prayer, which gives them the mind necessary to know. In the second line of the verse, Krishna described those people who are given to papa karmas, actions based on adharma rather than dharma. They do not recognize dharma and adharma at all. They recognize only what is convenient to them. Their pleasure and security alone are important. They simply do not see anything more than that. While the Yagnashishtasina get rid of the sins gathered, these people just go on gathering them because they do not offer the food they eat to the Lord. It is said that they eat papa, meaning that when they eat only sin. Sin here must be understood in the Indian context. Every karma has its own result. An action is sinful only in the sense that it results in some unpleasantness, dukkha, for the person who performed the action. Similarly, a good action simply means that it produces a result that gives you some pleasure, comfort, and so on. There is no accurate English translation for the Sanskrit words papa and punya, so as not to confuse them with the totally different concept generally associated with the word sin in other contexts. It is preferable to retain the Sanskrit words themselves. Sin in the Indian context is always quantified. Even in the realm of traffic violations, there are quantifiable differences, a driving violation being more serious than a parking violation. A parking violation may simply involve a fine to be paid, or your car may be towed away and may be costly to retrieve. But you do not have to keep on paying. It does not affect your insurance premium like a driving offense can. Like the laws governing traffic violations, the law of karma means that the result of any action is appropriate to the action performed. I think this we can repeat tomorrow. Freedom from the result of one's actions. Anyone would like to share? Please share till I share the meditation.
Moment. Living every meditation is accepting.
ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु जय गुरुदेव
This moment, living every moment totally with depth. Let us keep our spine erect and body relaxed and eyes closed. Relax your shoulders. Keep a big smile on your face. You're sitting like the statue of Buddha, very serene and with a serene smile on your face. Relax your body. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your chest region, throat and chest region. If you notice some tension in the body, just let it be. Except those parts of the body where you feel a tension, the other parts are in comfort. Other parts are at peace. Become aware of that also. There are many good things about you and inside of you. Acknowledge them. They will never leave you. And the negative aspect you may see in you is never going to stay with you forever. They are all guests for some time. Let them be. Sit with the total acceptance of yourself the way you are at this very moment. Total acceptance of what is now here will lead us to deeper meditation. Let go of all the efforts. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let go of all your effort and be in this emptiness. And slowly and gradually become aware of body and surroundings. And you may gently open your eyes.